Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show for this SmackDown Ring Report. Let's get to the rundown of the matches that we're going to be seeing tonight. Right here. So Elimination Chamber qualifying match. I'll show you right quick. Damian Priest, U.S. Champion Carmelo Hayes, and the rising star Trick Williams all compete in the men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. One of these three men will advance into the Elimination Chamber for a spot. We'll see coming up. Speaking of that, you know that Julia and Rhea Ripley be in the women's elimination chamber, but they will go one-on-one. That's 1-1. One time we'll see that match coming up as well. Yeah, time to take on Ilna Dragunov, match 1-on-1. We'll show you the graphic. There you go, right there. See that match as well. The program, well as over Fanbase hasn't made no allegiance to what show he's gonna be on, but he's gonna be in action tonight against Kip Wilson tonight. Now you get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Aliester Black, host of the Pro Wrestling Show. Join the conversation. Your pro wrestling, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the friend. Follow. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Pro Wrestling Show. We're trying to, we're kind of messed up. Oh, hey, we're here. So you hear me right now? Join that conversation. What's the time? What's up? Let's get that started right here, right now. You know, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. They can get on. Drew. Right quick. There you go, Drew McIntyre, champion, coming on SmackDown tonight. Seeing that no one got the balls to challenge him to, man, he's looking closely for the Elimination Chamber match coming up. We're seeing that shortly between Drew, but he had well, so Drew McIntyre making a wild ball things like that. Or to do what he had to do. Let's see what Drew McIntyre is going to do forward. That's what I was talking. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. Drew was kind of watching, observing that Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu had some unfinished with their history and their stance. So, we see that Drew and Cody going on and all that stuff. Tell Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu have unfinished business. But this unfinished business is far from over between them. I think they were just taking pot shots at each other. And you can tell even Nick Aldis even got on the fun as well. Joining into the fun, joining the crusade. What Nick Aldis was trying to do. Nick Aldis even told Jacob that he would be he was relieved for the night. Jacob Fatu didn't like that one bit. Jacob Fatu left. So that him and Cody have some unfinished business that we can attend to. See all this playing between Jacob Fatu and the general manager. The general manager trying to reason with Jacob, telling Jacob to leave for the night. I think that what Jacob did. He left for the night. Things could have got a little bit ugly, as he could have had a quarter. Well, we know that U.S. Champion Carmelo Hayes and Ilna Dragunov, both men want to fight each other one-on-one for respect and dignity. Ilna said he's gonna take care of his problem. He's gonna get right back back around to Carmelo a little bit later. We'll see how that's gonna go as well. So you saw that the inner dragon. I said he'll come back around to Carmelo when the time is right. So you see when that time is right for these two men to go. Even the MFT, Solo Sokoa, didn't feel threatened. He thought he was. Solo Sokoa watched as ended up dragging off loss to Tama with the pinfall right here, and then ended up dragging off. Then dragging off didn't put up an effort, but he lost to to Tama match that was as well. Well, the issues center around as Solo Sokoa still calls out the wide six. Even Uncle Howdy, you see what Uncle Howdy's head at. Uncle Howdy even responded. Uncle Howdy told Solo that you need to do this on your own. See if you can not do this with no group from now. He said he's gonna come in the rain in the middle of the rain next week. So Solo should he expects Solo to do the same. Even Solo was kind of taken aback a little bit, but it's gonna happen next week. We don't know if it's gonna be a one-on-one match or a face-to-face or a confrontation. We don't know what's gonna go down next week, but we're looking forward to seeing it. However, this is gonna play out next week. So look forward to seeing that between Solo Sokoa and Uncle Howdy next week. Well, speaking of that, we told you that Tama being confronted by Shinsuke Nakamura, Nakamura telling Tama that you don't need, you're better than this. You can do this on your own. You don't need Solo Sokoa. Why even follow in the footsteps of Solo Sokoa? Tama kind of a little doubt, but we don't know if there's going to be a teasing or split. What out the group that Tama Tonga's going to be doing, but Solo was issuing instructions to Tama and Shinsuke kind of interjected himself into it, saying that Tama is better than that. We'll see what Tama is going to do. He's kind of torn between the two. We always say what he's going to do. Speaking of that, Rhea Ripley, the one half of the women's tag team champion, took on Julia, the women's US champion, in a match. Rhea Ripley really paid dividends. Rhea Ripley was alongside her tag team partner, Io Sky, as they looked at long at the box. Again, you see right here, the box says, "Do not open until Elimination Chamber." So we don't know what this inside this box. They always pop us with the Jim Cornette sayings and quotes and stuff that's in the box. What could have been in the box? But the match ended in no contest, as you see right here. Lash Legend and Nia Jax attacked Rhea Ripley, left Rhea Ripley laying in the middle of the ring again. I think Rhea Ripley is, got saved by her tag team partner. Tag team partner, we can show you right quick. Io Sky. Io Sky saved her tag team partner as well. So we saw how that was going to go down. But Io Sky being a blessing. But we know next week, these four women will be in the ring next week for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles on the line. It's Rhea Ripley and Io put the titles on the line against the irresistible forces, which that makes sense. The irresistible forces, you got that right. Nia Jax and Lash Legend now call themselves the irresistible forces, which kind of makes sense. So we know that Lash Legend and Nia Jax could derail the road to WrestleMania as women's tag team champions and perhaps can meet the Bella twins at WrestleMania. We'll see. That's a possibility. We'll see if that's going to go down. Speaking of that, Jade Cargill letting folks know that she is the women's champion as last week, her first title defense as her record being champion for nearly 100 days. Jade got confronted again by the BFAB and Mix In. We don't know what that's got going on, what that's all about. We'll see what that's going to lead to. But Jade couldn't help herself to interrupt. Charlotte Flair interrupted Jade's victory speech and walk down the aisle. You see right here, Charlotte Flair in the face of Jay, telling Jay to get out of my face. I thought it was gonna be some fireworks blow and stuff, but it just wasn't the case. But Jay trying to throw salt on the wound onto the women's champ. I don't know, Charlotte Flair. We don't know. Jay wants to go. Jay wants to do something, but I think that's the money match right here. Jay versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. If that does happen, but everything in wrestling doesn't happen in bits and pieces. Well, Charlotte was in action. Charlotte was trying to, but Charlotte lost her opportunity to Keon James. Keon James gets the victory. Keon James earned herself into the Elimination Chamber spot. So Keon James, you see right here. This is the card right here. The current match lineup card for the Women's Chamber. Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Keon James all enter into the chamber match again. Well, as Tiffany Stratton, she won her match tonight over one of Chelsea Green's assistants, Our Fire. Really got the job done as well. So Tiffany Stratton trying to earn herself back into the main event of WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton do so next week. We'll see coming up. But speaking of that, toxic masculinity. That's what Kip Wilson likes to say. Kip Wilson was in action. Kip Wilson went against the former NXT champion Oba Femi. Oba Femi was indeed over. This match was a squash match. At the many insults that Kip Wilson had told Oba. Oba told him, like, hey, let's take this aggression into the ring. And Kip Wilson really didn't want to take it to the ring, but Oba Femi did what he needed to do by squashing Kip Wilson 1, 2, 3. Kip Wilson really didn't have a chance in this match. Kip Wilson lost to Oba Femi. I wouldn't be surprised Oba Femi gets himself in a match against anybody, but I'm thinking Oba Femi might be joining the SmackDown roster because they don't need all the help that they need. Even the Miz trying to chime in and try to introduce himself to Oba Femi, but I think this is going to be a match for Oba Femi to destroy the Miz. Oba Femi is more like the next big thing right now, so we'll see if Oba Femi can continue his momentum as he goes. But speaking of that, Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes had a heart-to-heart discussion as well, saying that if Cody doesn't make it to the WrestleMania, then what is next for him? There's a lot of things that could be next, but you know that Cody Rhodes really doubting it and really putting the serious doubts about that. Could be that in the plans and the wings, we could see how that's going to go, how that's going to be for Cody Rhodes. If he doesn't get it, but I think Cody's going to eventually win it, but we'll see. Well, look for no further. It was Trick Williams. Trick Williams came to raise the doubts on Sami Zayn again about classes. That Sami dresses like an average man. Trick dresses like a unusual man that has final taste in life with the lemon pepper steppers. Trick Williams trying to rub it in the face of Sami Zayn about Sami's appearance and Trick's appearance. Trick's always trying to put down another man, but hey, that's Trick Williams for you. But speaking of Trick, Trick was part of SmackDown tonight. Trick went against, who, his former colleague, Carmelo Hayes, the United States champion, well, Damian Priest. Which one of these three men was going to advance into the Elimination Chamber and get themselves a spot? And the spot was that, indeed, the spot even played dividends tonight. Trick Williams trying to use his old NXT days with Carmelo. Carmelo wasn't buying it and didn't fall for it. Carmelo was trying to say, hey, is every man for himself. I think Trick Williams didn't care about that. Trick Williams was trying to put himself first as he normally did. But Trick Williams Williams found a way to win. Found the pitfall to do what he needs to do. He did. Trick Williams advances on to the men's elimination chamber, joining Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, and Von Evans, and that last spot could probably perhaps be Jay Uso this week. So we'll see if Jay Uso be the one to take down Trick Williams to be the last man. I'm believing Jay Uso is going to do it. And we'll see next week as well. So a lot of momentum going on, and Trick Williams getting the victory over Carmelo Hayes and Damian Priest. So Trick Williams continues his momentum. So we get to this right here, the main event. The main event of the evening was Randy Orton taking on, so right here, this impromptu match right here. Randy Orton taking on Aliester Black. After Aliester Black confronted Randy Orton about him being the Viper and being this and that. But Randy Orton saying that he's going to show Aliester Black to take that suit off and put his boots and stuff on, and let's see what he's all about. Orton did throughout the whole entire match until Orton, the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, came out there to intervene. I don't know why Drew McIntyre did that. He feels like Orton could be a threat. Orton could be a threat. Who can remember 6 years ago? It was Randy Orton versus Drew. Drew was the babyface. Now Drew's the heel. Cody Rhodes came out there trying to help Randy Orton, but it just wasn't to no effect. Cody Rhodes led Randy Orton to get pinned by Aliester Black. Aliester Black took it and went Black Mass and get the 1, 2, 3. And we can tell right here, Aliester Black wins over Randy Orton, which was a stunning upset. So we see how that went down tonight. So we kind of know what SmackDown direction is going to be for SmackDown next week. So a lot of the matches that are going to be occurring next week. Let's give you the rundown for the SmackDown report right here before we go. Next week, Rhea, Ripley, and Io Sky defend the women's tag team titles against the irresistible forces of Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Can Jackson Legend become the new women's tag team champions? We'll see. Coming up next week. Also, too, Uncle Howdy and Soul Sikoa. We don't know if it's going to be face-to-face or verse or fight. We'll see next week what this is going to lead to next week as well as we're going to find out even more the day before Elimination Chamber. Who's in that box? Who's in that crate? A lot of people are speculating it could be Jericho. It could be something that's different. We'll see. But that's in that box. So we'll see how that's going to be going down. But we're going to end it with Aliester Black pinning Randy Orton to get the stunning upset and get the other victory here. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you Monday for the Raw Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.